Hello internet. So this is my first time doing video alone. Um, Anyways, I am here to talk about. By the way, before that, I'm sorry if there's a sound. Apparently, the fan is on, so it's quite noisy. Anyways, today the topic is health communication via social media effective? You see, I believe that health communication via social media is very effective because, I mean, first of all, I think almost 50% of you guys watching this would probably watch this through their phones and social media, which is YouTube. That alone speaks something because it means that our social media is the master of our world now. It conquers us. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is that anywhere we go, we always have our phones in our hands, and we're always scrolling through Twitters, Instagram, or always being online on WhatsApp or Telegram. So you see, whether you like it or not, social media has become a part of our life, and it is not. It can be something bad, but we want to look at the good side of it. And the good side of it is health communication becomes more effective. Here are the reasons. There are three. I've already prepared three reasons. First, it provides an instant response. You see, I'm just going to give you an easy example. Instagram. Instagram has IG story, right? So people can ask questions through that, and the doctors can just make a story and answer your question without you having to go to the clinics or hospital just to ask a simple question. And I know some of you guys would say that you can just Google it, but we know in English class that Google is an unreliable source. So I don't think that we should trust Google that much. Anyways, I do believe that it's much more better and it's much more convincing if you get an answer straightly from a doctor. For example, our own amazing fellow doctor, Malaysian doctor, Dr. Amalina Bakri, she always used her Instagram as a medium to talk to her followers and to educate people about medication. So it is very effective because I think people nowadays, especially teenagers, adolescents, young generations, always use Instagram, and it is one of the powers that they can use it in a good way. It Other than that, in our instant response point, people can discuss issue on a doctor's perspective. Discuss issue, for example, doula, about doula, is it good or not? And this is something medical. This is about life and death, and the best answer is from a doctor. And this issue can be discussed in a social media where millions of people can watch, not just you happen to go to a live shooting and watch it as an audience. You can just watch through your own small little glass of your phone. We are in point number 2, which is through social media, health communication is very effective because it can correct any myths or any misconception. For example, there is a hot issue about vaccination, and this is something serious, vaccination. So through social media, doctors can straightforwardly say that vaccination, how important vaccination is, And other than that, also about how we should eat supplements, because it is very important. Now, those are just myths, and sometimes we don't even know it. So while scrolling through social media, not only do we get to see, like scrolling through Instagram, not only do we get to see pictures, but we can also be educated at the same time, correcting what we thought was true, but actually it is not, and what we thought was, impossible is actually the fact. Next, we're going to go to the last point, which is, other than that, may I go back? Correcting means also, it doctors can create awareness. Again, with the example of vaccination, they can prove to you with their knowledge of 5 years learning medical, 5 years being in medical studies. They would have the best knowledge about vaccination, and they can tell you reasons why vaccination is important without having to, how people nowadays, people don't read that much newspapers. So think of social media as our generation newspaper, to get new facts, to correct our facts, and to get new news. Okay, so third point is, it saves time. You see, social media again is in your hand. It's all in the palm of your hand. It's in your phone. So if you have something to know, if you want to know something, if you want to ask something, you don't have to go to the hospital to personally meet the doctor, having to wait to get your turn, then meeting doctor just to ask a simple question. Through social media, it's very effective because it saves time. You won't have to hassle to go to waste your time in the hospital. So, well, there you have it. 3 points why I think health communication via social media is very, very effective, because it can reach people of all ages, and they are very helpful. So that's all. Thank you.